Hey, I'm Tom Holland, Bowflex Fitness Advisor. Welcome to the weekly Bowflex Breakfast Club. Give me 1 second. I'm going to share this on my page. And if you're watching now, if you just jumped on, please do the same. Share it on a page you manage. Share it on your page. The more the merrier. Here we go. Look, see, share now, but I want to share to a page. All right, post. Here we go. All right, welcome, weekly Bowflex Breakfast Club. We start off each and every show, because it is called the Bowflex Breakfast Club. What did you have for breakfast? One of the, if not the most important meals of the day. I'm going to put this over here. Hold on 1 sec. What did you have for breakfast? Let us know. If you had a good one, let us know. If you had a bad one, let us know. It doesn't matter. We are here to have a great community of like-minded people who are trying to help each other get in the best shape of their life. I've been in this industry a really long time. I love what I do, and I love this show. I love working for Bowflex. I love exercise. I love everything about it. So this hour is about you each and every week. It's about you asking me your questions or telling me your successes, telling us all your successes. We have an amazing group here. As always, we have Quinn out on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast. She is monitoring your comments, and she will relay them to me as the show progresses, and we will answer them. So please do not be shy. Please be a part and start off by letting us know what you had for breakfast. If you don't want to share, just say present, say here, because each and every week we give away one of these great shirts. I think we've given away 3 or 4 already. And yeah, you can win a shirt, but we have to know you're here just by posting anything that will let us know. So I hope you all had a great week. The topic today, thought long and hard about what we should talk about. Now again, I should say, no matter what our topic is, there is nothing that is off topic. I just want you guys to be engaged. So just ask away. This is just to start the discussion. And the topic for today is, how do you deal with setbacks? And it was actually a question that was asked of me. Someone emailed me, someone in the fitness community who is just starting their career, I believe, as a trainer. And they wanted me to help mentor them and asked me, I said, what questions do you have? And the first question they asked was, how do you deal with rejections and setbacks? So that is going to be the topic of the day. No one has been rejected more than I have, I promise you. And we will talk about that in the hour. But that's part of life. That's part of life. It's not a matter of if, but when. And it's all about how we react to it. And that is what we will talk about. Quinn, anyone checking in early?
Yeah, we have Candace saying, good morning, she's having a smoothie. We have Iron says, good morning, spinach and egg scramble with salsa and sriracha. And Kim and Frank say, hi, Tom.
Good morning to everyone, and I love it. Iron, nice breakfast. I have taken myself so out of my comfort zone. I spent an hour in the supermarket. I decided I'm going to shop more. I'm going to buy more healthy stuff. I mean, I'm someone who buys convenience, goes to a deli, not for deli meats, goes to a pre-prepared foods, I should say. But I'm, now with the boys being younger and you save money, you control the ingredients, and it's fun. I mean, it's super challenging for me. I am not a cook by any stretch. We will demonstrate that today. I will do an omelet, as simple as possible, and I will screw it up. But we talk about going outside your comfort zone here. That's what fitness is about. That is what life is about. So I am enjoying this new world of food and becoming more involved in the preparation of it myself. It's great for me. It's great for my boys. It's great for the family, and I'm learning. So not something that comes easy to me as far as cooking and preparing, and I'm enjoying it. So we will talk about that, and I will show you today. We're going to do a super healthy, super colorful rainbow omelet. Let me just show you right away, get you. So I did a little pre-production. I know I said I wouldn't, but right there. So there's pretty much all the ingredients except for the eggs. Just look at the colors. We've talked about that before. You got your reds, your yellows, your greens, and your whites with the onions. I mean, right there, you pretty much know that that's probably really good for you. You got vegetables. You got everything there. And you got your protein. That's what we should think about. I've said this so many times before. When we sit down to eat, 2 questions. What's my healthy carb? What's my healthy protein? Then you can start getting into fats and things like that. But I believe those are the 2 first questions we should ask ourselves when we sit down to eat. If it's pretzels, things like that, we're going to be able to answer those questions, and that's fine. 80-20. 80% of the time, we eat super healthy, super good stuff for us. 20% of the time, see the dogs. So I do have 2 puppies. They are waking up, but I have 2 Kongs filled with surprise. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna take care of the puppies. 1 second. I'll be right back. Here we go, ladies. There you go. The question becomes, how long will those Kongs keep the puppies quiet? May have to cut the show a little short, but that's okay. We're going to get everything in. So last time the Kongs lasted about 43 minutes. I waited a little longer, so maybe we get the full hour here. I equate it to it's kind of like tranquilizing them, and they slowly wake up from the tranquilizer. So we'll see how long this holds out. I think it should be a pretty good amount of time. Again, if you're just joining us for the first time ever, I'm Tom Holland, Bowflex Fitness Advisor. I'm here every week for a full hour, almost, depending on the puppies, to help you get and achieve your fitness goals, to get in the best shape of your life. And that includes everything: your exercise, your nutrition, your motivation, the psychology behind it. And that is the topic of today, is how do you deal with setbacks? Let me get right to it. I have just finished my proposal for my 6th book. Now, the first 5 books were rejected all the way down the line. I have a folder filled with rejections, right? That's normal. And sure, at the start, it was hard to get those rejections. But when you truly believe in what you're doing, and you know that all it takes is one yes. That's how I look at my book proposals. All it takes is one yes. So I can get 13, 15, 60 rejections. But if I believe in what I'm doing, I know it's good, and I'm creative, and I need that creative outlet, it doesn't matter. And how do you deal with rejection? I mean, one of the simplest ways, and you've all seen it, is to think about all of the incredible people that have been rejected. The Beatles with their music could not get a record deal for how long? How many books? How many famous books? The most famous books, the best works, not that I have the best works, you know, my fitness books are not the Hemingway of fitness, but it doesn't matter. We're all rejected. No one gets yeses all the time right away. That's part of life. So you don't go to the negative. You just keep moving forward. That is one line I will use over and over and over again. You just keep moving forward. That's what you learn in Ironman. That's what you learn in marathons. You just keep moving forward. Sometimes, yeah, go ahead. Questions?
Oh, no questions. We just have a lot of hellos.
Good.
We have Nora here that says good evening from Shanghai. Mary says good afternoon from the UK. Ray says Pop-Tarts this morning for breakfast with the kiddos. And it's a good topic. He likes it. James says protein shake with strawberries mixed in this morning. Ray says good morning from New York City.
Awesome. Wow, Shanghai. See, now we are all over the place. And how cool is that? It blows me away that we can connect this way around the world. We can share our experiences. We can share our information and our knowledge and help one another. I mean, this is one of the huge positives. I think there's a lot of negatives, obviously, with technology and phones and screen time. This is a positive. Sure, it's screen time. Sure, we're on Facebook. But if Facebook is going to be positive in any way, my gosh, this is it. It's going to the Bowflex page. It's watching this show. It's sharing your thoughts and questions and issues. And so awesome. Welcome to everyone. Thank you for joining us again. If you can share it away, share on different social media, that would be awesome. The more, the better as far as this show goes. We're growing each and every week, yet we still have that regular small feel, which I love, and we will never lose. Okay, so if you have comments that we don't get to today or live, we will get to them. That's the power of the Bowflex social media team, and that's Quinn. You'll hear her voice. She is monitoring your comments. So we're talking about rejection and obstacles, and everyone has them. It's not a matter of if, but when. And I am someone who always goes to the positives, because there are 3 things we can control. And it's awesome. We can control how much we move. We can control what we put into our mouths. And probably right up there with the most important out of all 3, is our attitude. That is everything. How we react to certain situations is 100% up to us. No one can make you feel a certain way. Let me give you another great example. I shared something on social media, on my YouTube channel. The first comment that came through was so negative. I mean, over the top, unbelievable. Just couldn't, I won't even share it to you, it's over the top. But that's okay. I know that when I put myself out there, there's going to be those rejections. There are going to be people that say, well, he doesn't know what he's talking about, I can't stand him. That's all right. That's part of life. I've been in this business too long to not know that. And if you put yourself out there, if you take chances, you're going to have that. You're not only going to have the roadblocks and the setbacks, but you're going to have people that tell you you can't do it. And truthfully, if you really get into the psychology of that, the healthier we get, the more you push yourself, the more you make other people uncomfortable that they're not doing that. And they will try to sabotage. It sounds crazy and you know, maybe a little negative, but it's human nature. People want to be around like-minded people, and negative people want to be around negative people. Positive people want to be around positive people. Okay, so, but it is your choice to be one or the other. And it's your choice to pick that circle of people that help motivate you. And hopefully this is part of that circle. It's the positive motivation. It's teaching you that you have control. Control over those three things that are so, so powerful. And that's why we start with breakfast. Start your day controlling what you put into your mouth. Can you have donuts sometimes? Absolutely, you should. You know, one day a week, at least for my kids, I go out and get donuts. I mean, that's usually Saturday morning, you know, some treat. Dad's going to go do that. But it's not 6 days a week. It's not 5 days a week. 20% of the time. So excessive moderation. Don't do a lot, a little bit. Do a little bit, a lot. I'm going to hammer these sayings home to you each and every week because they will slowly start to resonate. You will slowly start to assimilate them into your lifestyle. Any questions, any comments, any new breakfasts?
Yeah. Deanna says, good morning, the Breakfast Club. Mark says, morning, everyone. Stacy says, breakfast is the one meal you shouldn't skip on. 2 scrambled eggs and toast for her this morning. Brandon says, good morning. Candace says, the biggest setback she's had recently was hitting a weight loss plateau. Do you have any tips for getting through that?
Such a great question. So really common, and thank you for everyone for sharing as well. Mark, everyone out there, the regulars are here. I love it. And yes, the weight loss plateau. Such a great question by Candace. It is so common, and it shows you did the work. So first of all, whenever I coach clients, you have to take the positive right away, and we should do that with everything. With your kids, before you give feedback, there should always be the positive. Accentuate the positive. So a plateau means you achieve something. So you go, oh my gosh, that's great. Let me take satisfaction and pride that I did work and got there. But what do I need to do to change that now? You need to watch this show, and you need to change it, right? The great saying that if you want change, you need to change something. So when you hit that plateau, to get there, you change something. You probably increase your activity, right? So now you stay with that same formula. You just change the ingredients. It's the same recipe. You know, you're still exercising. You need to mix it up. So your body gets acclimated to any stressor you impose upon it. If you're running 3 times a week and you hit that weight loss plateau, you got to change it up. Now, do you need to change the run completely? Like, do you need to ride a bike, swim? You could. It's a great way to do it. It's a great way to challenge your body in a new way. But if you say, I want to continue to run, well, then you just need to change your runs. Then you need to do a different route. I tell people who run the same 3 miles 3 times a week, just go backwards. Not running backwards, but change the direction. That will impose the hills will be different. The flats will be different. Your body gets acclimated so quickly. It's going to know, hey, 10 minutes in, I run this hill. You get more efficient at what you do. So plateaus are your body getting good, right, at what it's doing. And so you just need to mix it up. Whether that's changing the mode, the intensity, the duration, or all 3 of those. That's actually a great way to jump into that real quickly. When you have an exercise program, what the coach does is he dictates the mode. What are you going to do? Are you going to run? Are you going to bike? Are you going to swim? Are you going to walk? the intensity. Are you going to go intervals? Are you going to go low steady state? Are you going to go tempo? And duration. Are you going to do 10 minutes? Are you going to do 60 minutes? So you are in control of those different factors and manipulate those to keep your results coming. Such a great question, such a common one. But again, first and foremost, congrats on hitting that plateau. And you can get through it. And that second phase is awesome, right? When you have that first phase and you've got those results and you're all excited, now you get a little depressed because they're leveling off. Then there's precipitous. If you really start to manipulate those variables we just talked about, then you will see some incredible changes. And don't forget that nutrition is a big part of that. So breaking through that plateau is continuing to make those good food choices that we're talking about here today. Anything new, Quinn?
Lena says, good morning, white eggs with roasted bell peppers for her. Brandon says, if you could explain how egg whites are always the answer. He's had trainers that want to lose weight that just don't realize the value of the vitamins in the whole egg.
Oh, right. So what is he saying? That just don't eat the white or eat the whole egg?
Yeah, the yolks are not always bad for you, I think is Brandon's point there.
He's totally right. And that's the great, I think it was shared on Facebook. I don't know if any of you saw it. One of the most powerful, I'd argue, kind of signs and just of how screwy the nutrition information we get is. And it was like 1960, it's a kitchen, it's the same people, and it says 1960, guy comes running into the room and says, don't eat eggs, they're bad for you. Runs out of the room. Runs back in 1970 and says, you can eat eggs, but you can only have the egg whites. Runs out of the room. 1980s, he runs back in the room and says, we got it all wrong, you can eat the whole egg. That's so powerful because that's the information we're getting. This is good for you, no it's not. This is good for you, no it's not. This is good for you, no it's not. Yeah, so what they're saying now is the cholesterol in the yolk does not affect our blood cholesterol. And there's actually really healthy things, but most of the healthy stuff, much of the healthy stuff is in that yolk as well. So my thing is if I'm eating a lot of eggs, I'm just going to pop the yolks out every now and again. So I have yolks, I don't sometimes. So I'm just going to mix it up. Again, excessive moderation. I don't want to do too much of any one thing ever. Even the good stuff, right? If you just run, that's not good for you. That's what's so counterintuitive for so many people. They go, I run, now I'm getting hurt. Are you strength training? Are you stretching? Are you eating well? Are you doing all those things? You have to do all those different things. So, yeah, the great point by Brandon, I think. And that's what this show's about, is weeding through. I'm going to give you the latest exercise science. Every morning I get up and I start my day by studying and looking at the latest research that's come out in 24 hours on exercise, nutrition, motivation, strength training, all of that stuff. And much of it goes counter to maybe what I learned in my studies, in my master's program. So there's that constant balance of what's true, what's not. And we could get into a whole discussion. So many studies are flawed. So you not only have to look at the studies, you have to look at who funded the study. You have to look at the bias potentially in that study and how rigorous that study was. So that's my job. That's not for you guys unless you enjoy it, but that's why you come here. I do all that work so you don't have to, and I will cut through it again so you don't have to. Great questions and points. Again, any topic is open today. I love it. Please, any questions you have, I want to hear your successes. We've had so many people, so many regulars who have successes. Anyone give any goals or anything, Quinn?
Yeah, we have Angela here, who, if you remember, Tom had an injury a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks back. She said, sorry, she's late, but she was finishing her 4-mile run. No pain, and your injury seems to be healed. Yay! So that's awesome, Angela. Glad to hear it. And Brandon says he's a first-timer here at the Breakfast Club, but he's glad he found it, and we're glad you found us, Brandon.
And you obviously know something about nutrition and fitness, and that's awesome, Brandon. So welcome. I love this hour. We have people like you and people who return, and everyone brings something different to the table, and that's what's so cool. Again, that's why I named it the Breakfast Club. We named it the Breakfast Club because it's about breakfast. We talk about that, but it's also that movie, the different people that came together, and really powerful when you have different viewpoints and thoughts of view on nutrition. And we're going to talk about it all. And nothing is off limits, guys. And challenge me on anything. That's my job, is to listen, if you have a trainer or a fitness professional who doesn't give you the reason why and says this is the only way it is, that's one of the biggest red flags. If someone tells you here's the only way to do it, it's the only way to eat, here's the only type of exercise to do, run the other way, because that's not the way it is. Angela, you made my day, because how do you deal with setbacks? Angela had a setback weeks ago. We talked about it. We changed what she did. She modified. She stuck with it, didn't get depressed, and now she's out doing it. That is one of my favorite things that I've done with clients over the years. I have never had a client, no matter what the issue was, that we couldn't fix it in a certain way and make them that much better. Nothing. Knee injuries, hip injuries, shoulder injuries. It's a matter of taking the time, working hard, giving it time to heal, being smart about it. Unfortunately, there's just too many people that don't have the right information to get through their setbacks. And that's what we're here for. Again, I'm Tom Holland, Bowflex Fitness Advisor. If you're just joining us for the first time, each and every week, same time, same place. We're going to mix it up today, or this whole month is National Breakfast Month. So I have been challenged to quote-unquote cook. Still don't use that verb, or use it very loosely, because I can't cook. I can prepare, and I even screw that up. In a couple minutes, I'm going to do the omelet. Let me just pull it up. What are we calling it again? It's the rainbow omelet, I believe. Super simple, or I couldn't do it. Just a couple ingredients. Really simple to do. We talk about here on the Breakfast Club, I believe in having like 3 different meals that you rotate. If you're doing 5 to 6 meals a day, which I believe in, you're going to rotate maybe 15 of those medium-sized meals. You can have them whenever you want. Protein shake for breakfast, protein shake at 3 p.m. You know, egg omelet for breakfast, egg omelet for dinner. All right, so 15 or so kind of healthy meals, not kind of, healthy meals that you rotate. And that's the way to do it. So I got the puppies who are eating the Kong. I'm worried they're going to, why don't we start the omelet now as Quinn reads through. So medium heat. See, I am so outside my comfort zone. I don't want to admit, after reading Erin, how do we pronounce her name? Is it Ku?
K-U-H. I never can say it right either.
We'll just spell it. Erin, K-U-H. Awesome nutritionist. I have the sports nutrition background. What she has as a registered dietitian. Obviously, so much more knowledge of food and cooking and stuff like that. I know about how to use it as fuel and to change your body composition. Erin, though, and some of the other people we have on the Bowflex website, just so much more versed in cooking and food and stuff like that. So, yeah, we're going to do her recipe. Going to heat this up a little bit and see if I can do this without any major fires or screwing it up. Yeah, so setbacks. It's weird. When you get to the point that I am in life, I want to be in the game. I even get no's. When I get no's, and I will start getting no's for this book that I'm putting out there, that's okay. I'm in the game, right? I'm trying. There's the greatest speech by Theodore Roosevelt. Many of you know it. It's the Man in the Arena speech. If you haven't heard of it, just Google Man in the Arena speech by Theodore Roosevelt. And it's about exactly what we're talking about today in just a much more eloquent way. All right? You want to be the man in the arena. You want to be, there's nothing worse than not trying. And if you try, you're going to have setbacks. I don't use the word fail. There is no failure. There is just lessons learned. All right? I've done dozens and dozens of races all over the world. Everything has gone wrong. Jellyfish in the mouth in China. You know, bike crash in Australia. So many things, but you get up, you brush yourself off, and you go forward. And when you finish, when you never quit, the sense of satisfaction and confidence you get is everything. You know, we live in a world now, I have the 2 young boys that we try to protect, and there is no failure. We overprotect. I want my kids to try and have those lessons, okay? It is not failure. They're lessons learned. And what they learn is they're resilient. You need to be resilient. You need to learn that. It just doesn't come, you know. And the more you try, the more those obstacles come, the more rejections you get, the stronger you become. And the great thing is that eventually there is the success. And when you've worked that hard, when you've had that many rejections and it works out, you go, okay, that's confidence and that's belief in yourself. You know, the motto of my company is believe in yourself, because that's what it's about. Sure, you have a team around you, a support system. Hopefully this is part of it. But at the end of the day, you got to believe in yourself. You got to say, I know what I can do. I know what my goals are, and I'm going to try to achieve them. I'm just making sure I turned on the right burner, because that would be something that I did wrong. And then I'm not on fire.
You're lucky Deborah's not here today. I love it. You have someone poking fun at you in the comments, but everyone's being very nice about your cooking skills.
Because I haven't done anything yet. But you're absolutely right. I think the stressor is Deborah. Deborah is one of our regulars, good friend that I've become friends with over the years through fitness. And she has mad skills that I don't have. And I will never have. I will get a little better, but Quinn is absolutely right. Maybe she will jump in right when maybe she's lurking, Quinn, just waiting for me to. Any comments?
Emery says good morning. Angela says thank you guys for the positive encouragement. It really is so hard to keep motivated. And then Mark has a question. He says, do you have recommendations for testosterone boosting foods for men?
Ooh, great question. Let's save that for a whole show. Let's do that next week. And testosterone boosting foods for men. People talk about low T, low testosterone. A lot of I've had celebrity clients who take testosterone, growth hormone, things like that. Not something I do. Not something that's legal if you compete. But that is such a great question. Let's save that. We will do a whole thing because we had a similar question last week about foods that were, what was it, Quinn? Help with injuries, almost restorative foods. So we'll do the power of foods and testosterone next week, and we'll get to that because it's a great question. I mean, I truly believe, for me, it's protein and creatine. I mean, that doesn't really go to the testosterone, but if we're talking about building muscle, and there were supplements over the years that were legal. Again, they were on the shelf that androstenedione back when I was in natural bodybuilding and things like that. So, I'm a big believer in protein, and if you really want to build some extra muscle and some extra strength for men, creatine, women could take that too if they're really into the power sports and power lifting. But that's a great question. So we'll make that a whole topic, kind of the power of foods for boosting hormones, for helping heal injuries and things like that. Great questions. I love it. Keep them coming. I'll show you again. So again, this is the rainbow omelet recipe. It is right on Bowflex. So you go to bowflexinsider.com. You can go to bowflex.com and you'll see a little, I think at the bottom of the page, Quinn, right, is the Bowflex Insider logo. And if you click on that, that will take you to the recipes and the exercises. I cut it up beforehand. Is that right? Did I get that right?
Yep, you can go to bowflex.com/blog, or you can click on the very first comment of this live broadcast. It's a pinned comment from us at Bowflex that has a link to the recipe right there.
There you go. See? Could not be more simple. And I will screw this up. So I did a little pre-production. But again, I just want to point out, and it's the title of the omelet, the rainbow omelet recipe. I have my kids thinking when they look at their plate, what are the colors? Are there healthy colors? Now you could have Skittles, and those are colorful and not healthy. But it's a great way to start. And you can see you got your tomatoes. You've got I used, what did I use? Not kale. Spinach? I think it's spinach. Pepper, yellow pepper, and onions, all right? Super tasty, so much flavor in all these things. And we're just going to add them to the eggs. So I'm going to actually follow a recipe, which I can't tell you the last time I did that. And I'm supposed to start with the peppers, I believe, and the onions. Oh, wait, see, I already forgot. I was supposed to put olive oil in there. Hold on. Can I do that backwards? Thank goodness Deborah's not here. All right.
You can do it backwards. Iron says, given your Italian background, he's shocked you can't cook.
See, you guys know way too much about me. Yes, my grandmother on my mom's side, Italian, Irish on the other side, and she, full Italian. She used to call me faccia bruta, which I didn't know what that meant till years later, and it's called funny face. So my grandmother was making fun of me for many years without, me knowing. Yes, you had to finish your food or it was a sin, according to my Italian grandmother. So we ate a lot, but, my mother was the cook, and I have 5 brothers, so 6 boys in my family. And food, you protected your food like this. I don't share. Told that to my wife when we were dating. You grow up with 5 brothers, it's like, it's like eating in prison. You get in there, you protect your food, and you get what you get or you don't get upset, and sometimes you're not getting anything. So you're absolutely right. You would think I know more. I know a little bit about Italian food, but not much. So I'm cooking the onions and the peppers for a couple minutes, I believe. And then I'm going to add some other things in as we wait. I need some questions about your program. Anyone else? So Candace was plateauing. And so the simple thing, so someone like Candace, if you're plateauing and you want more specificity, tell me exactly what you're doing. Tell me what your workout routine is, and I'll give you options on how to mix it up. So feel free, you guys. That's what this hour is about. Use me for all of those types of questions. Anything else, Quinn, as we let this kind of cook, or are we good?
We're good for now. Mary says if you believe you'll achieve, and Candace says you got this time. So there are some encouragers.
No, I don't. I know my strengths and my weaknesses. Seriously, you're going to just see smoke in a second. Just warn me when my shirt catches on fire or if anything weird. If you see puppies run by, because I'm sure the Kongs are going to wear off soon. We're 35 minutes in. Yes, I have 2 little black lab puppies because I make bad choices in certain areas of my life. But, they are contained for the time being. I'm sure they will break through anytime soon, though, or sometime soon. Again, Tom Holland, Bowflex Fitness Advisor. If you're just joining us, we're here every week. There is no topic that is off limits as far as getting in shape. We'll have a topic every week to get the conversation started, but it's up to you guys. I want you to use this for your own personal use, so do not be shy. But I'm also just going to come here every week to help motivate you because I love what I do. People say you're such a positive person. Exercise does that to you guys. I can't wait to finish the work I have today so I can get out and start working out. This is crazy. Hawaii Ironman is in a couple weeks, and I may have or may not have an invite. I've been told I do. I've had issues, haven't been able to train at all. So, the crazy thing that may come up, but you know what? How great that we have all these challenges and they're exercise related, and I just love the back and forth with you guys. I love working for Bowflex. I know the power of exercise and the power of choice and the power of teaching people about the control, as we started the show talking about. You control your exercise, you control your nutrition, and you control your attitude. No one can take away any of those things from you. And that is really powerful when you start to embrace that and just know that whatever your goals are, I promise you, not only can you achieve them, you can exceed them. It took me 12 years, so one of my big goals was to qualify for the Hawaii Ironman. When I first started, I think a couple minutes. All right, one more minute, remind me. When I first started doing Ironman, it was a crazy goal. I didn't own a bike. I knew nothing about triathlon. I was 30 years old, trainer in New York City. Fast forward, I realized I was pretty good at it, so I decided I wanted to qualify for Hawaii Ironman. I put the picture of the swim star of the Hawaii Ironman on my desktop screensaver, and I looked at it for 12 years, 10 years, 11 years, somewhere around there. And one day, I was standing there with the exact picture at the race. You have to visualize it. You have to see it. If you believe it, if you perceive it, and you work towards it, I have yet to have a goal that I haven't achieved. I write down every beginning of every year, every December, end of December, my New Year's resolution goals. Some years I rolled them over. I rolled that Hawaii Ironman goal over like 10 years. But it happened, and I'm going to probably go back again. All right, so I know some of you have that same goal, one person in particular. You will get there, I promise you. I had so many clients with the same goals, and they got there. And it could be anything, you guys, fitness, finance, whatever. I did the eggs ahead of time. 2 eggs. I think we pour that on top. Let's try that. I think that's right. And see, we're doing all right here.
Question from Mary in the UK. She said, what are the best exercises to slim your butt and hips?
Great question. So I'm going to throw this in now. I'm not following the instructions completely. Directions, recipes, instructions. Shows you just how I label them. What are the best, and that is such a common question, for your butt and your hips, so legs for women, problem area, right? Squats and lunges. Squats and lunges. Most qualified, experienced, studied trainers will tell you that. So many doctors will say squats and lunges are bad for you. We are squatting and lunging all day long. Unless you walk around like this all day, you are bending, you are picking things up, you are squatting and lunging. So my job as a fitness professional is to get people strong enough to progress them slowly so the muscles around their knees and their hips are strong, okay? Then, so not only are you going to strengthen, decrease your chance of injury by doing squats and lunges, but if you want to tone, build muscle, tone is a very vague word. If you want to build lean muscle and sculpt, squats and lunges. Go to Bowflex.com, go to the YouTube channel, and watch how many videos we've done, myself, Amy Dixon, on squats and lunges. We have lower body workouts, we have a couple minutes, we have longer workouts, we have all the different variations. I probably have dozens of variations of squats and lunges for you on Bowflex's YouTube page. So please go there, try some of the workouts out, and come back and tell us. But squats and lunges first and foremost. Squats engage all those, your glutes, your hamstrings, your quadriceps. Lunges, you can do side lunges for your hips, forward lunges, back lunges. So there you go. And please, everything you need to get started with that is right there on the YouTube channel. Any other questions? Yeah?
Yeah, just had a great follow-up question. She says, how many squats and lunges? What would be the recommended reps and sets?
Great question. How many should she do? Squats and reps. So 10 to 15 repetitions basically is for most people. If you're a strength person, a power person, it's less, but that's not what most people want. Most women, not most, many women are so afraid of bulk that a lot of times they'll take these classes that do 25, 50 repetitions. That's too many, okay? That's working the endurance capability of the muscle. It's not challenging it in the right way. Let me flip this, I think, as we go. It actually looks good. Did I do, I don't know. I think I gotta let it go a little longer.
Get the actually out of that sentence, Tom. It looks good.
No, yeah, I'm just saying because of my skills. It looks good. It is good. It's healthy. I'm impressed with my ability to not screw this up. So it just shows you if I can do this, anyone can do this. How many repetitions, squats and lunges? 10 to 15, 1 to 3 sets. Go slowly, okay? So form. Squats. Can't see my full body. One of the secrets to success with all strength training moves is go slowly. I could do 1,000 squats, right? So what? Who cares? I slow the movement down. I want 3 to 4 seconds on the down, 1 to 2 seconds on the up. 3 to 4 seconds on the down, 1 to 4 on the up. That goes for bicep curls, everything. We just throw the weights around. I don't care how much weight you lift. I don't care how many repetitions you do. I care how well you do that exercise. So 1 to 3 sets, 10 to 15 repetitions. You can just start out with body weight, and then you can progress. It says flip this, but I didn't do this right, so I'm just going to kind of, well, I can flip it maybe. Start out with body weight and add weight. You can hold dumbbells, but don't push it. Way too often, I talk about this all the time, I will see a trainer working with a woman or a man at the gym, and the person is holding weights, dumbbells that are way too heavy, and what they end up doing is like a half rep because it's too heavy, and their form is off, they're not getting full range of motion. So go lighter, slow it down, engage the muscle. Great question. I hear the dogs rustling.
They can smell this delicious omelet, that's why.
Exactly right. And I can smell it. I mean, can I tell you how excited I am to eat this? And you know what? We started the show talking about it. As goofy as it sounds, this is a certain sense, it's not a certain, this is a sense of satisfaction for me. It's not pretty, it's not perfect, but I am going outside my comfort zone. I never follow directions. I am forced to follow directions. You know, we live in this world with technology. Oh my God, am I going to read another set of instructions? Yes. So I'm excited. Rainbow omelet recipe. Go to Bowflex. Oh, The dogs are trying to break out. Give me 1 second. I have to fortify the gate. I'm coming back. I will show them to you actually before we go.
Barriers there, Tom. Candace has a great question.
Yeah.
She says, are there good body weight exercises that will also give you a cardio workout?
Oh my gosh, yes. Are there any body weight? There are so many body weight workouts to give you a great cardio workout. The one that I detest but people seem to like and really burns a lot of calories is a burpee. I won't do them. I'm going to be honest with you. But oh my gosh, does that get your heart rate up? And one reason, when you go down to the ground and come back up, the blood is doing funky things in your body, and so that's really going to elevate your heart rate. So burpees, jumping jacks, skaters. I love the skaters. Go to Bowflex.com. We have body weight workouts to burn calories. If you have a home, you have a home gym. Start with just your body, and then, yes, we'd love you to buy some Select Techs and some tread climbers and all that stuff to give you variation and keep you changing. But if you have a body and you have a home, you can get started. So jumping jacks, running in place, pop squats, jumping, so many different things. And just running in place. Start there if you're just starting out. But skaters I love, side to side. You're also toning your hips. And you control the intensity. The faster I go, the longer I go, the harder it's going to be. So you do not need... Let me put the tomatoes on as the dogs. I think we're on borrowed time, so a couple more minutes. But should I show you this? It's not perfectly pretty, but it's colorful. All right, hold on. Any questions as we start to...
Yeah, Iron asked, would it be healthy to put cheese on the omelet?
It tastes better. You could definitely do cheese. I mean, again, look at how ugly but pretty this is. Again, and when I say ugly, it's not the recipe. I just haven't done it. Oh my God, I'm proud of myself. I'm going to give myself a gold star for today. I've never come close to this. So, can you see? Tomatoes, baby spinach, eggs, onions, and peppers. Oh my gosh, the dogs are crying because they want that. Should I show you? Well, once I get the dogs, they're like almost 20 pounds now, I think. So I won't be able to hold them long, but I will get them. So we may wrap this up in a couple minutes if that works. Any final comments, questions? Again, how do you deal with... Yeah, go ahead.
And so we have a great question from Cheryl. She says she's a torn meniscus and she's been using her tread climber and doing squats, but lunges seem to bother her. Is there anything else she can do for her legs until her surgery?
No, just be smart. And that's my recent thing. I haven't been injured since high school. I tweaked my knee in the surf, getting on a paddleboard, so I feel your pain literally. Be smart, because if you're going to do surgery, squats are fine. You don't have to do too much, and that's the whole thing, Cheryl. I think is just maintain that strength. In high school, I had a shoulder issue, had to have it operated on. And I did some prehab stuff to keep the shoulder good, but you don't want to push it. So if lunges are bothering you now, that comes after. Do those squats. Do what you can do pain-free so that when you come out of that surgery, you're as strong as possible. Maybe it's a stationary lunge with a very small range of motion, but only things you can do that don't exacerbate the problem. And that is the secret to all of this, right? It's the intelligent progression that we talk about. And you may do a session or two ahead of the surgery with a physical therapist or a strength and conditioning specialist who can help just make sure you're doing those okay. Great question. Love it. Anything else before I grab the puppies and show them to you?
No, Candace said your owl is beautiful, and Anne-Marie said you did great.
Again, thank you very much. I'm excited. Look at that. It smells great. And, what a great way to start your day. So again, someone asked last week, they needed healthy ideas for foods. We're going to give you so many different options for exercise, body weight and not. I can see a dog's head peeking at me. We're going to give you healthy options for your food. We're going to give you healthy options for your goals. So start picking different things. Just change it around. Eat some different healthy things. Try some new exercises you haven't done before. The more variation you put in all of those aspects of your life, the more you will change, the more you will grow, and the more you'll enjoy it. We tend to do the things we like to do, but then after a certain amount of time, we kind of get bored with them. and then it's all over. So don't do something until you don't like it anymore. Mix it up. Any final thoughts? Anything, Quinn, that we missed before I grab these puppies?
No final things. I think everyone is wanting to see the puppies.
Yeah. I'm trying to think ahead. I'm like, okay, when I have the 2 puppies, how do I stop the show? How do I get them outside? Because if I put them down, they're probably going to pee. So this is my thought process. If you saw me kind of, getting out for a second. All right, so I will, trying to think here. I'm going to pick them up. I'm going to hold them. I'll figure out a way. I'll probably put the puppies right on the counter here to turn it off. Well, thank you so much for watching, you guys. We have another, our 4th and final breakfast next week. Is that correct? Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
One other real fun thing, by the way, so exciting. I contributed to a Self magazine article on Carrie Underwood's program. And just to show you, she's so busy that the article was about how she only does 1 to 2 workouts a week sometimes because she's busy. So we're all there, you guys. So Carrie Underwood, who's in phenomenal shape and a great person, has to modify, and it isn't always perfect. I shared that article, tweeted it out. She replied. Shows how much she cares about her fitness routine. And she said she would love to do 7 workouts a week. She just can't always do it. So the point is, we're all busy, right? You're going to have weeks where you only get 2 workouts in, or you have some bad eating. That's the roadblocks we started the show talking about. There is no perfect. There is no perfect. The dogs are breaking through. So just know that. Come back, do the best you can. Keep moving forward. Make choices that are good when you can with exercise. There's no workout that's too small. Every time you eat something that's healthy, I said this to my boys last night. We had a super healthy dinner. And as I was walking away, I said, you realize that that's like 10 workouts, right? Just you did great things for your body by taking in those nutrients. So be proud of all those choices, those healthy choices that you make. Again, I'm Tom Holland, Bowflex Fitness Advisor. If you have questions or comments, leave them. We will reply to them after the show. If you have any ideas, questions you want, or topics covered, leave those as well, and we'll think of that. Someone's going to win a shirt. And next week, we will touch on the topic that was brought up, the power of food. So we'll talk about testosterone, we'll talk about injury, and just kind of the power of food. We'll leave it at that. Nice and broad, and we'll take it from there. We'll have another cooking segment. I feel empowered. We'll take on something probably a little more challenging. Quinn and the social media team have been very nice in progressing me very slowly with these recipes and everything. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let me grab them. I'll be right back. And here we go. All right. You may hear crashing around. All right. Come here, puppies.
Okay. It's well worth the wait.
You know what? Actually, I'm just going to put them back in. So, here's Sally. Here's Jetty. They are sisters. Say hi, everybody. There you go. See? I think they have a... So, I actually put a... They're like 15... Oh my gosh, they're getting heavy. So, I actually did a little workout. I filmed it and put it on my Facebook page. The lower body lab workout. So I did lunges and plie squats with puppies and things like that. So here's my new challenge. But what I love, and I keep talking about this every week, is I'm training them. I'm giving them good habits. Dogs are the greatest example of whatever habits we do with them, they will do, good or bad. So start them off young. They're great dogs already, and I'm dying holding them. So hold on, let me put them back. I'll be right back. Hold on, they're going to start screaming, I'm sure. Oh, okay. There we go. So, thank you again. Very excited to eat my omelet. Have a great day. Have a great week. I want more goals. I want you guys to put your goals out there. What is that fitness goal that you don't think you can achieve, but you've always wanted to? Think about that, and I want you to share that next week. Again, I'm Tom Holland, Bowflex Fitness Advisor. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing week. Go to bowflex.com. Subscribe to our channel, the YouTube channel. So much information there. Videos that I have done, dozens and dozens and dozens of videos for you. And we will be releasing new ones each and every week. And we have new ones that we shot that will be coming out as well. Thank you very much. Have a great week and believe in yourself.